Hi, I'm Heff.
I am Lindsey.
And this is Best Friends Nonsense.
Shall we?
We shall.
Okay. Hi, welcome back. Or welcome to, I don't know. How's it going?
Wherever you're at in your journey with us, welcome.
Yes. Hello. Welcome. Well, a little background. We haven't seen each other for like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So we have a lot of catch up to do. We
Yes.
have, it's just going to be like a little,
It's basically going to be like, hey, this is what our lives were like for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And that, and then what we have time for beyond that.
Exactly.
So.
I have to admit, like, the one Tuesday, this past one, I was like, I don't have a podcast to do on Tuesday. What the heck am I gonna do?
Right, like what do you do?
It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we just ended up going outside and taking a walk. I think that's what we did.
I feel like I remember seeing that on your Snap story.
Oh.
Or
I could have.
something.
I don't, like I said, I don't really do a lot of Snapchat, but
maybe not.
yeah. I
No,
could have.
I feel like-
I mean, every now and
No,
again
I
do.
feel like the video that I saw was the video that you posted for Joshua for Father's Day of you
Yes.
guys walking together, and that was
Yeah.
before that. So
Yeah. No, it was for his birthday.
oh, so it was after that.
Yes, it
Okay.
was after that. Yeah, that was recently.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see. Okay, that makes more sense. Too.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah. Do you want to do yours first, or you want me to do mine first? How do we want to do this?
Oh, you
Or
can
do
go
we
ahead.
could just go back and forth? I don't know.
You can go ahead. I'm not mentally prepared to give mine yet.
Okay. Yeah.
Ugh, it's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, mine is too, some of it, but like I got some high highs and low lows. We got a couple like loos.
Yeah.
But so with how dated my update is, it's like we were mid heat wave during this. Like
Yeah.
if you didn't know, Ohio had a huge heat wave. We were in like the 90s up in here, and
Yeah.
my grass is still brown. Like it was
Yeah.
dying. It was bad. And I said I sound old, but we needed some rain. We really did need some rain.
We
We finally
did.
got some, but we needed more
Yeah.
because it's still dry out there. I also have another D&D update, but I'll do that later.
Okay.
Because we had to do D&Ds like back to back.
Yeah.
So like because of how scheduling is and like June birthdays, and it was a whole big thing. Because we had a family reunion to go to. So I wrote here, it was really muggy that day, and we went all the way to Kentucky for it. It was Joshua's family that we went to go see that we never really get to see because they're all older, so they can't really travel and whatever. So I said it's the kind of heat that, like, even if you were just sitting there, you'd be sweating. And I hate that, like you start feeling the sweat drip.
Yep.
Okay. But it was nice to see the family that we never really get to see. And it was like, because even though his dad is gone, we still get to see his family, and
Yeah.
it's it's so weird to me because I've been around for like 10 years in this family, so they all know me.
Yeah.
But like my mother-in-law, she was like, she's still new here in the family, and I'm like, how long do I have to be in here
Right.
to be considered not new?
Exactly.
Yeah. But I mean, granted, compared to her, who's been in the family for like 20 some years, that's probably still baby to her, like how many years I've been here. So
Yeah.
yeah, because then I still talk about like my marriage is still new, even though we've been together so long. It's like still we haven't got to that stage yet. Some stages that marriages get to. So, fun stuff. Another one is that Boo Boo is talking so much.
She really is.
Like, I swear, like, I remember at like a year and a half thinking, why is my kid not talking? Like, is something wrong with this kid? And then now, at like 2, she's just talking. Like, she constantly talks.
Yeah.
Like, examples I wrote down was, she says, I love you. She says, where did she or he go? I found it, or there they are. She says, I do it, all the time. And she tries to sing her ABCs. It's very cute. Her recent thing, oh my gosh, it was so cool. So, and this was just today. We were sitting down over there, and she does this thing where she runs down our hallway, and I catch her, whatever. And we were sitting there watching Miss Rachel, and a parent knows Miss Rachel is like your third parent, like, and we were watching her video, and all of a sudden I look over at Boo Boo, and she's doing the sign language that Miss Rachel's doing. She's saying, I want more swing, and she did that. She was signing it like, and she can't even say full sentences yet,
Right.
so she's doing like that. I was amazed. My mind was blown. I was like, oh, how long have you been able to do this?
Right.
What? It was so cool. And I also learned 2 new things in sign language, which is swing and then slide.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what those were. That's really fun.
Yeah.
Because we got to meet, finally, the child is almost 2, and she's my great niece, technically, by marriage. And we finally met her. So her and Boo Boo met for the first time, and we were playing. And where was I going with that?
I don't know. You were just talking about the sign language for swing and slide.
We were talking with my niece, and she was saying that she agreed with me that we think that they need to start like putting that into school, like people being taught ASL. I think that's very important because yes, so is other languages like Spanish and French. I took French and I couldn't tell you anything in French now, but I think that's important because a lot of people are deaf and we need to know how to communicate. Because I even worked with a deaf person and he had everybody just write it down instead of like him signing or trying to lip read, you know. So I think that's important. We need to learn ASL.
Yeah.
And we used to be obsessed with it, if you remember.
Yeah.
We loved learning sign language, and we just got away from it.
Yeah. I think right now I keep telling myself that I'm going to look into it, and then I never do. But I really want to start learning Spanish so that I can communicate better with the people that I work with. Because, and we communicate what we need to, but I want to be able to communicate with them more efficiently, be able to tell them more things.
Right.
And also, like, there's some that I'm super friendly with, but we just never get to talk and have conversations because of the language barrier.
Right.
And I want to help eliminate that issue. And plus, this way, too, it also just helps me in the long run. Like, if I get a Spanish-speaking customer, then I can communicate with them and I can understand what they need and want and make sure that they get that.
Yeah.
But then also I did have a deaf customer Saturday, I want to say.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And he came into the bar area because I've been bartending more than anything lately. And he was deaf, so he didn't sign very much with me. But I made sure that I was in a good position for him, to where he could read my lips, and I made sure that when I was speaking to him, I was looking at him, speaking directly, and making sure to articulate all of my words so that I'm hitting every syllable and every letter to make it easier on him to lip read what I'm saying.
Right, yeah.
Because all of that's very important, because when you're learning to lip read to figure things out, it's harder if people are using slang or if they say like wanna instead of want to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
things
it's
like
really
that.
easy to do that because I do that too. I say
Right.
y'all or
Right, exactly. Like we do that all the time when
yeah.
we're speaking normally, but if we're speaking to somebody who can't communicate with us from what our vocals are giving us, but just what they're seeing come out of our face, it's really all they can go on.
Yeah, and someone that doesn't know English even, they're just
Yeah,
like,
that
what?
too. It's like,
What
oh
are you
my goodness.
saying? Yeah, that's true. I finally did my mom's hair. I mentioned that on the last episode about that I was going to do it, but then I had no cape, didn't have hair color. Also, there was something else I didn't even have. There were so many things that I didn't have. I was like, we should just,
Yeah, I have a list of people whose hair I need to do.
yeah.
And it's giving me more and more anxiety because my mom's like, I need my hair colored and I need my hair cut. And my sister wants me to highlight her hair and trim it because it's stringy now because it's getting so long. And my other sister desperately needs a haircut because her hair is super long. My niece already needs another haircut, but she wants to see it straightened first because it's already down to her butt.
It's not that expensive to go to like Supercuts or whatever. You're busy.
Yeah, I know. My dad does that.
Yeah.
He knows that I have clippers and I've done his hair before. I've done it multiple times at this point. So he knows that if I had time, I would do his hair. But when it gets irritating for him, he goes, I'll just go to Great Clips or Super Clip, like whatever. He's like, I'll go to Sports Clips, whatever. I don't care.
Right. Even Joshua does that. He
Yeah.
goes somewhere because I feel comfortable cutting men's hair. Like I could do that for him, but like my mom knows I don't cut women's hair. I just cannot, don't want to. It's stressed me out since I even learned how. I just don't like it. So like she knows she has to get it cut somewhere else. I'll color it all day long.
I hate cutting hair too.
Yeah.
I really, really hate it.
Yeah.
And it does not matter. I know how to do it.
Maybe you should just screw it up one time. They'll be like, oh, she can't do that anymore.
I've thought about it. Not hard enough, apparently.
Yeah. But yeah, they came out. Mom's hair came out really well this time. It actually turned blonde this time. Like I didn't have to. We used toner just in case, but like this time it actually came out like blonde instead of like when you do our blonde, it comes out like orangey grossness.
Yeah.
But this time it actually came out blonde. I was very surprised.
Did you use a different lightener?
No, it just is like, oh, we're lightening me. Okay, I can go ahead and do that. Because now with her gray, it just, I have to do a darker brown because if I do a lighter one, it for some reason, it latches onto those gray hairs and it gives her hot roots.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck is going on? So we have to do a darker brown.
Also, I have 2 different ways that I might want to do my hair, and when it comes to coloring,
Fun.
I want to do something fun, and I'm gonna have you do that.
Okay.
We will definitely take pictures for the podcast
Yeah.
of the process.
Yeah.
I will tell you more about it later because I don't want to reveal what I want to do on the podcast because it could go so many different ways, and I don't want to make any promises that I'm not keeping.
Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned last episode, but my nephew is going to barber school.
Okay.
And I must not because you said that
Yeah.
it's the first time. But we also have terrible memories, so who
Yes,
knows?
this is true.
And I'm surprised because he told me that they do more than just cutting hair. Like, he does perms. They teach them color. They teach them, like, different ethnicities of hair types.
Yeah.
Like, they teach them also the beard stuff, you know, because barber. But, like, I was surprised to hear that they do everything else there.
Yeah.
Like, that is so nice because I feel like when you think barber, it kind of puts them in a box almost. But maybe we'll go there sometime to do hair like Joshua's or whatever because he has to do so, like, do you remember how many hours you had to put in? I don't remember how many hours I had to put in. It felt like I lived there. I know that.
I feel like it was 1,600 for me, but because I was doing a, like, career tech program high school thing, I did it for my junior and senior year of high school.
See, and I did 2 years too, but he's only doing one. He's only doing 1 year.
Yeah.
And he has to do like 1,800 hours or something. Yeah.
Ugh.
Right.
That's so insane.
And he's also working. So he's easy doing like 12-hour days.
Minimum, yeah.
Yeah. And my sister said he's never home. He's always at work or at school. And I mean, he's doing the dang thing. He's getting it done. Good for him. And he seems to really enjoy it. He's doing it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. He even found, I don't know if they're still together at this point, but as of recording, he even found himself a little cosmetologist girlfriend.
Oh.
And like me, she doesn't like cutting hair. He's like, I'll let her color my hair, but she doesn't cut. She doesn't do well with cutting. I was like, I feel her on that. I don't cut hair either. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
So also, I was telling her before the podcast, because she was talking about how she's in a little depressy episode myself, or like herself and me, kind of. I mean, I've never been diagnosed, but I get in these moods where I can just not get over this sad feeling, and all I want to do is cry all the time. And it's mostly because I said, why do we do the daddy's girl or mama's boy? It really hurts the other parent. Like, when older people ask me if Boo Boo is a daddy's girl, it makes me feel like a crappy mom. Like, why? Like, she likes me too. And maybe it's my sensitiveness coming out. But I really hate it. And I know that I'm not the first or last mom to feel like this, but it really is affecting me, and it makes me feel really sad. Like, I put so much into being a good mom. And so to elaborate more on that, it's just like, I know, like, when it's your parents, you love them, obviously. And, it's giving me kind of a headache. That's really, but like, I've been feeling this way for like a week of just like, I cannot shake this feeling of, because I know it's not like she favors her dad.
Yeah.
But like, she gets more excited to see him, and she asks every day, where's dad at? Where's dad at? And I'm like, he's at work. And it's just like, she calls out, like the way she calls out to him and stuff. I just feel like she never does that to me, but it's also like, how would I know that if I'm always here?
Yeah.
Like, what
That's
if she's
what
with
I was
other
thinking,
people
like,
if I'm
I
not
need to
there?
we need to get you out of the house more ways to give her time to miss you.
Yeah, and maybe that's what it is.
Maybe.
And that's a lot of, because I
kind of
finally
like what helps kind of recenter you.
Yeah, and maybe that's what it is. Like, how does she have time to miss me if I'm here? And also, it's just more exciting that dad's coming home. That's why she wants him to come home, and that's why she's calling out to him, because he's not here, and she misses him, kind of thing. Yeah. And I know that in my brain. I know that. But
it
also,
doesn't invalidate your feelings just because you know that they're inaccurate to the situation. Like, you know that there may not necessarily be a reason for you to feel the way that you're feeling. You don't always have to have a reason. Sometimes your brain, your mood, your soul is just going to feel the way that it feels about a situation regardless. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. You're allowed to have those feelings. It doesn't mean that it's how you're going to feel forever either, though.
Right. And that's what I keep wondering. Like, why just now? This isn't new. I've been home for 2 years with her. Why now is my brain going, you're not needed anymore, and you're not wanted anymore? Why is my brain just now doing this to me? This is not new. This isn't new with her wanting her, excited to see her dad.
Right.
And so that's why I finally reached out to my friend group, because they're all moms. So I know that they'd understand. My one mom friend doesn't understand because her kids are kind of like up her butt all the time. And, but my other one did understand. She's like, if it's about feeling needed, I totally understand that, because her girls are all in like if we're having like a friend party, like a get together, I can tell that they are like, they come up for their dad for things, or like they always are like, hey dad, can you help me, kind of thing. And so she kind of feels like they don't need her for like that kind of situations. And I totally get that, because she does the same thing. Like, she goes and pursues her dad, and she's like, but I know that without me, their survival rates like dip down. Like he's not going to go out of his way to make sure that they ate for the day, or that he's not going to go out of his way to put them down at a certain time, or like make sure that they had a nap, or whatever the situation may call for. He's not going to go out of his way, because dads are typically the ones that are fun and like they are whatever, but if they need comfort or they get hurt, they come to me. She said I'm used to the baby mom. Like, I'm in that kind, but I need to transition into what my role is being a toddler mom.
Yeah.
And I just don't know what that role is yet. I need to find what that role is.
And by the time you figure out what that
she's
role
going to be
is,
a kid.
Exactly.
And then she's going to be a teenager. And then she's going to be an adult. And that's what he said earlier when I was just sobbing on his shoulder about it. And I never want her to know that she's upsetting me. I never want that. Because, sorry, Mom, I felt that before of I'm hurting my parent, and I feel that, and I don't want her to ever realize that she's hurting my feelings. I want her to go into those stages of her life without fearing that she's leaving me behind. I'm still going to feel the sting of that, like I am now, but I never want her to feel that. So, as she's taking a nap and I'm sobbing on my husband's shoulders, like, he's like, that's just a thing. Like, every new stage is new to us with her. And you just got to figure that out as we go. And I'm like, it's great.
It's the blessing of getting to meet a new kid with every new chapter.
Yeah.
And then sometimes the kid might irritate you a little bit.
Right.
It might get under your skin.
See, and I was just in that role of, I want her to go to her dad. Like, leave me alone sometimes, you know? And then here I am, like, no, come back.
Yep.
So
it's a very hard back and forth.
I can't, like, what is it? You can't do something and have your cake too? What is it? What is it? I don't remember the analogy right now.
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Like, I can't have both, but it's like, I have been so depressed this week, and I can't get over it.
The grass is always greener on the other side.
Yes. And I sob whenever I think about it too much, and I'm just like, yo, like, am I okay? Like, I don't think I'm okay.
I don't think any of us are okay anymore.
Yeah, like, it's kind of like that, like, right now I kind of feel it, like, my head kind of feels like I've been on a crying jag kind of thing, and, like, I feel like, ugh.
I literally feel like I could lay down and cry myself to sleep right now. Like,
yeah.
That's how I've been feeling all day. And I've made myself stay awake through it and not cry myself to sleep so I wouldn't have swollen face for a podcast. But
yeah,
that's rough.
I feel it. And then going away from the sadness, we house sat for my cousin. It really was dog sitting. The cat was in the room. She has 2 Goldens. Mm-hmm. So we went over there and babysat her dogs. And she has a pool. So we swam basically all day. And it was fun.
Yeah.
Yep, that's all I really have to say. It was fun. We swam, ate. and had fun. And my niece, I don't think you guys can see it, but my niece did henna on me. And I don't know if that's disrespectful. I hope not. But it was fun. I think it's so fun. And I'm going to practice more tattoos ideas on me. Because I added on to my tattoo, like I showed her already. But I added a family tree to my family tattoo. And I think that's a good way to practice a tattoo idea without the permanent repercussions of a tattoo idea.
See, I just can't freehand something onto myself, though.
Oh, well, I mean, you could maybe buy a stencil or something off Amazon, but...
Yeah, it's okay. I'll just live on the edge and go get... I swear, I feel like getting, like, one of my smaller tattoos that I want, like, as soon as humanly possible, would help my mental state so much.
Well, if I get the henna, I could practice it on you if you want.
But that doesn't feel like stabbing into my skin.
Oh, gotcha. It doesn't feel permanent enough.
I need to feel pain.
Okay.
I need to feel something.
Oh, goodness. Can you tell we're struggling? Or
It's so bad.
And then we had a June birthday friend party. I was so tired from traveling because literally we just got back from my cousin's house. And then we immediately had to do a party. And I was so tired. But apparently Josh was ready for a great time because he had an energy drink. So it was like 12:30 at night. And I'm like, yo, like, we got to go home. Like, Boo-Boo gonna drop anytime now. I'm tired. Like, we got to go. I'm tired. But it was fun. Not to say it wasn't fun. The whole friend group got to meet our one friend's girlfriend finally. Yeah. She came and got introduced to everybody. She got to meet the crazy children, all 10 of them. Yeah, it was cool. I think she fit in really well because we played the Cards Against Humanity.
It really is 10 kids. Holy crap.
It is 10.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're a whole like
village.
It's true. 5 couples, 10 kids. Jeez. And 2 boys out of the bunch. That's it. 2 boys out of the 10. I'm like, that's why I'm sending boy
and
out.
By the same parents too.
Yeah, same parents. It's not even different parents. It's 2 boys out of the same parents.
Yep.
Yeah. That's nuts.
I'm going to be the one that has boys.
One, yeah. For our next one, that's why I'm like boy energy. Because we need another boy to balance this all out. For the 11th
That's
one.
going to be my ticket in, is I finally find a man, and then I have a baby boy, and then I can be part of the group.
Right, yeah. Why not? I don't care. Because you've known them all, too. You've known all those people for years, too.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
It's not. I think it's just because all the guys have known each other for years, like kindergarten. And just kept going. I'm a good, like, I'm here because this is a you event or a you and Joshua centered event, so I can be here and I can socialize with the group, but it would be it's a
weird, and I would feel like an uninvited guest if I was ever anywhere else that like was the friend group thing.
You shouldn't feel like that. Because, I mean, technically, you know them the same way I know them. If it wasn't for that one friend, we wouldn't know all these people.
Yeah.
Well, I guess 2 friends, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we were only... Well, were we friends with a friend's brother?
I feel like...
As children, no.
No, not as children. I feel like more so into the teen... And I feel like if he wouldn't have... traveled for his career,
right,
I feel like we would be more like adult, like distant kind of friends. I still don't feel like we would be like social, but I feel like we would feel more like friends,
right,
if he lived closer still with us all,
right.
But like, because like for example, the last time I saw him was here,
right.
That was when you were pregnant.
Yeah, that was 2
with
years
Boo
ago.
Boo. Yeah. So, But, I mean, it felt normal to me. So, I was fine.
Yeah. Right. Well, and then my last update was I fell and twisted my ankle on Thursday.
Oh, God.
And I felt fine after. Like, nothing hurt. And then the next morning, I felt like I got hit by a truck.
Oh, I remember you posting.
Yeah. Like, I literally felt everything hurt. My head, my shoulders, my wrists hurt, my back hurt, and my ankle. I'm like, what happened in my sleep? It almost felt like I am in my 30s now. I'm in my 30 era, where if I even just trip, all of a sudden my body hurts. It's not fun.
I feel it. So, now the reason why we haven't seen each other in 2 weeks is because I took my little sister, who is 15, so not very little, and my oldest niece, who is just recently turned 8. We went to go see Niall Horan in Ohio, obviously, because we live in Ohio. I don't know why I said that. I was going to say the venue, and then I was like, well, even though it was last week, I'm still not. But it was a lot of fun. My little sister has loved Niall Horan since One Direction, which she was just barely a toddler / little kid for. But she absolutely loved him. That was her favorite guy. I, in fact, even had a thing of baseball cards with their faces on them. And I gave her the Niall one, and she carried that thing with her everywhere. And she, in fact, broke her arm over trying to get that card.
What?
That's what she was, yeah, when she broke her arm.
Yeah, I remember her breaking it.
Yeah, she was trying to get that. She was climbing over things, but that's what she was going for.
Oh, gotcha.
And then she fell.
Come close.
And it was, but yeah, the concert was so much fun. She absolutely loved it. She did start to tear up a little bit, and I definitely got very emotional for it. But it was so good, and she's so shy. She doesn't talk. She doesn't even sing in the car with me. Like, none of that. But she sang at the concert almost every single song. She knew everything, and it made my heart so happy. It was everything that I needed it to be for her.
Right, yeah.
So
I was just listening to a podcast that she took her, I don't know how old he is, 13 maybe? Son, she took him to a concert that it was like his band that he really likes. And so she just went for him. And she's like, it's so different going for someone else, their kind of concert, and seeing them enjoy it.
yeah.
And so maybe that's how you felt. It's just because you
maybe
wanted
that's
to see
how
your
you
sister.
got to feel when we've, like, the Panic at the Disco one, for
Oh
example.
yeah, it
for
was
sure.
so nice. It was nice seeing you so excited about something, and I was
Yeah.
excited for you being excited. Like,
Yeah.
because I didn't know them. I do, but I don't. You know.
Yeah. Not like I do, that's for sure.
Yeah, and so like it's just different and nice seeing someone excited about something like that.
I just kept feeling like I know how I felt when I finally saw, like, Brendan Urie, for example, or when the Jonas Brothers came out.
Oh, you kidding me? For
or
sure.
when Fall Out Boy finally came out, or when I touched that guy's hand at the Fall Out Boy concert. Ollie Sykes from Bring Me the Horizon. If you see this, I touched your hand over a year ago. That's why I will tell you where it was.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Well, because and he walked by me, and I didn't even know who he was. I was just like, "Oh, hey, look!" Like, and then she freaked out. No, it was funny.
I blacked out. I'm so glad it was on video.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I barely touched his, like, hand / arm. I don't even know where. I know that it was him, though, because I could feel the material of his shirt.
Right.
And I could see it, and I was like, I know that is his. That is him. And he was so sweaty.
Right.
So that was definitely
'cause
him.
It was a really hot day.
Yeah, it was so hot.
But
It's the middle of July.
I just remember being mad because that girl was like body checking him.
Yes,
and
she
I was
was
like,
on
"Yo,
him.
get off of him so other people can experience him. You're not going to get nothing from him. Leave him alone."
Yeah, and I in fact caught her and didn't let her die. I should have. No, I'm just kidding. Wouldn't. No. But
I
anyway.
just remember being enraged. Like, dude.
Oh god, yeah, that was so irritating. But it was still fun. I love concerts so much that is my favorite thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then there is another update. Well, there's several updates actually. It's been 2 weeks. We actually have things. I have things written down. You know that it's a lot. I started seeing somebody. We'll call him Chad.
I named him.
We will go ahead and let you guys know ahead of time that it was it's already started and ended. So I'm not gonna get anybody's hopes up for anything that's already over with. But he came and visited me at work. We met on a dating app. He came and visited me. Sat there at the bar top while I was working, and I chatted with him on my downtime, which I actually had a decent amount of, so it was pretty good timing, actually. Nobody really said anything as far as my coworkers and stuff, but I'm very close with my coworkers. If you've ever worked in a restaurant, you know.
Oh, for sure.
You see these people more than you do your own family sometimes, especially for me. I am there constantly.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I still talk to people and keep up with people that I worked with.
yeah, exactly. Like, you get a bond with those people, especially after you've been through a really bad rush with these people. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my goodness, I have been at my wits' end and stress.
We were talking about it. Like, you feel like you've been through a war. Like, we're veterans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so. But nobody said anything, but that's because I told them ahead of time. I was like, look, I don't know this guy. Please don't come out and make things awkward. But then the next day, we went to an amusement park, and we had a lot of fun. He is not one for roller coasters, so he about broke my arm off on this roller coaster. He was holding my hand, and he was holding my hand so tightly that I literally, this was over a week ago. It was about a week and a half ago. I can still feel it, but it's an internal bruise. I think it's like a bruised bone or something like that, because he held it so tight. It was insane.
And
it
being
hurt
a
so
dude,
bad.
He's stronger.
Maybe. Not really.
Him being
not much stronger than me. I don't think he was not that strong. Anyway, gonna try to not be insulting and mean. I like it.
It's your podcast. Do what you want.
It's our podcast.
I
know. But anyway, then a few days later, or it was like last Sunday that we went to Kings Island, and then the following Thursday, so this would be this past Thursday, I was the opening bartender at work. I got off at 4 when my relief got there, so I just had to finish out my last table that I had and get it all done. So I was actually done by 4:30, which is
unheard of.
Yeah, it's very impressive. I am the opening bartender on next Tuesday. Fingers crossed, for sure. As long as my relief is there on time, I should be fine.
Yeah.
But he got off at 3:30, and he works just like a town away. It only took him 15 to 20 minutes to get there after he got off. So he did have to wait on me for just a little bit. And I told him, though, I was like, now, here's the thing, though. You're coming this time, and this is post-date. You have already been in here once, so people are going to recognize your face because they remember me talking to you a lot. And I told them after you left that, yes, I did, in fact, know you. So, yes, they're probably going to talk to you. I was like, I would say no more than 3 or 4 people would come up and even and just say hi to you. I was like, but you need to be prepared for that, because I knew that he was antisocial. I knew that he was an introvert. I knew this, and so I warned him. warned him. I warned him. 2 people, 2 of my managers, went out and said hi to him. Because they wanted to show their support and their adoration for me, because they love me dearly and they want me to be happy. And they were very excited for me because I was very happy with him. I was very, very pleased with the way that he was treating me. Nundhill. 1 second. We're getting there. Okay. It's so much. It's so irritating.
Take your time.
Anyway.
I got nowhere to be. Do you?
We ended up, or no, hold on. Sorry. God, I'm so bad at this. My ADHD. I swear. That's so bad. And it's, my 2 favorite managers.
Mm-hmm.
So, the one that like yells at people sometimes, if you've been keeping up on the podcast with my with my managers, because I don't name them. I would never do that to them. But, the one who yells at people, my kitchen manager, he was the first one who went out and said something to him. And he went out there, he shook his hand. He was super nice to him. He was like, yeah, like, it's nice to meet you. Like, oh yeah, like, Heather's great. Like, you know, glad to see you guys. I hope you guys have fun. Blah, blah, blah. Like, that's it. That's really it. Now, my other manager is a little different.
Well, because he knows you better.
He does. He does know me better.
Yeah.
He was maybe a little cold.
Oh.
A little bit. Not so much. So, Wednesday night, so the night before this, he had been the manager. He had been trying to get me interested in the NBA draft. He was like, Heather, this person, I have no idea what names he was telling me, but he was telling me, he was like, this dude, like, da-da-da, it's him. And I'm like,
cool.
What is happening? Is it one of my tables? What's happening? Like I would be like, what is going on? Like, what are you telling me? I don't the words that are coming out of your mouth don't sound like anything in my knowledge of fine dining and breathing. Okay? I don't know anything that you're telling me right now.
I feel
and he's
that's
like,
how I am.
it's the draft. And I'm like, why are you telling me?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's how I feel when Josh was talking to me about the NFL. I'm like, who?
It's like, okay. Good.
Like, you're interested,
bad,
so
I don't know.
To me, I try to be interested in his things because that's what you're supposed to do. So I'm like, oh, cool. Like, yeah, tell me about it. I don't know what you're saying to me.
Yeah, see, but this is my manager at work. This is not my man.
I know.
I'm like,
I know.
Shut.
I made it a thing that it's not.
Like,
but
he's like, it's the draft. I'm like, shut up. Let me do my job. I have to run fajitas or something stupid. But anyway, so he's the one who came out. I was behind the bar. And I was really just waiting on my last table to get to pay and leave.
Right.
So I could have them pull my drawer. And he just came out and he's like, hi, Heather. And I was just like, hi. What you doing? He's like, nothing. I was like, okay. Manager, Chad, manager. You know, but with the proper names. And they're like, hi. And then my manager just looks at me and he's like, Heather, it's the second night of the draft. Like, after sitting there and staring at him like this for a good 30 seconds.
that's uncomfortable.
And they're just like, Heather, it's the draft!
Wow.
And I'm like,
great.
Okay. He is my actual favorite manager, though. And I kind of feel like he just kind of... I feel like in my head I have to know that he saw it coming, because that night after we went on a date to Bibby Bop.
Yeah, that's a good place. I like that place.
It was pretty good. I do think that I will get a different sauce next time. I think that that's the only mistake that I made. I'm always hit or miss when it comes to teriyaki. That's the sauce that I got.
Oh, see, I did Yum Yum.
Yeah, that's what I think I should have done.
Because you can't go wrong with Yum Yum sauce.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is the Yum Yum sauce probably be better next time. But yeah, so we went on our date. And we hung out for just a little bit after that. Really, like we just kind of drove around. We didn't really want to go to a movie because we wanted to talk and all this, that, and the other. But then I get home and I get a message, and I'm just going to kind of paraphrase it because it's stupid. Like, absolutely so stupid. It's insane. He said, I just want to be fully transparent with you because you deserve that. I'm not really sure we should continue a romantic relationship. This man is thinking that we moved too fast and got too attached after just 2 dates. But here's the thing. I really wasn't that attached, so I don't know where he got that from for me.
Right. You even told me you weren't even attracted at first.
I know. Literally, the second he came in to work, the place where I work, I was like, oh, dang it. Oh, crap. And now I have to wait on him and pretend that I like him. And then, apparently, I'm so good of an actress, I convinced myself. So, it's fine. But yeah, he was like, I've known you for less than a week, and it feels difficult even typing this out, which goes to show how fast we're going. And I'm like,
what?
We really didn't go that fast. We really didn't.
Yeah.
Because we really didn't.
But it doesn't. Like, so what? Why is that such a bad thing? Sometimes moving fast works for people.
Also, sometimes, yeah, it really does work for people. And if you guys, like, if two people are having an instant connection like that, wouldn't you want to see where that goes? But then again, if that's scary for him, he was scared of kind of everything. I feel like it's just for the best. I kind of feel like I dodged a bullet and a dud, but you know. But he said that the people at my work were way too nosy and it wasn't great. And he's very personal and introverted, and he felt like it went a little too far. Why?
What people?
Yeah, exactly. You mean the 2 people that said anything to you at all? 2. Count them 2.
Did they?
And one of them literally only said hi.
Right, that's what I'm confused about, because when I read that part, she sent it to me.
And I was there the whole time. Like, he was never out of my eyesight until I was changing my clothes. And to my knowledge, nobody went out there. He never said anything about anybody else. So,
yeah.
I wouldn't think so.
Because, I mean, it's different than, like, someone saying, hi, how's it going? I heard that you're with Heather. It's different than some girl. Because I've had coworkers ask some very personal questions. That's different.
Yeah.
Like, did anybody go up to you and say, hey, are you boinking Heather?
Right, exactly.
I don't think anybody said that.
Yeah, and then he also said that he's not...
That's kind of a delayed reaction.
He was also apparently very much not a fan of how much I talked about wanting to be a mom. Except for the fact he asked me if I wanted kids in the future. And I told him, yes, I did want to be a mom more than anything at some point in my life. Word for word, because yes, I looked back at the message and pulled it.
Okay.
For my own amusement, not for him. Because I literally, after this whole message that I'm barely halfway through, I just said, well, okay. And that was it. Because I'm like, I'm not giving any more energy to that. I'm good. You put all of this. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, he asked me. I gave him that answer. I don't feel like it's a weird answer in any way, but the fact that it freaked him out that much. Okay. Whatever. Because he said he's honestly nowhere near that stage in his life, but he's older than me. And I'm sorry, but I don't want to wait until I'm like in my late 30s to even start having kids.
Right.
I don't want to do that. no, I don't want to meet somebody, get my birth control taken out, and get pregnant the next day either.
But I mean,
But,
that
like,
happens to some people too.
I want to make sure that I'm transparent with people and they know that that is an end goal for me.
Right.
Like, I'm not near that stage of my life either, but guess what? That's because I'm single right now. I'm trying to make effort to get to that stage in my life.
Right.
And I can't get there if I'm dating duds who don't even want kids in their life. So yes, I'm going to tell you that I want to be a mom one day. Like, it is a non-negotiable for me.
And
for
I'm not
down
gonna
the
say
line.
That
But
I didn't say that was when I was
Exactly.
dating him.
But that's
like,
the thing too, is like, I'm dating to marry. I'm not dating to just date casually. I am dating because I want to find my person.
Right.
Not just somebody for a little bit. I don't like that. I don't want to go through another breakup on purpose. Like, I don't want to get into a relationship that I know I'm not going to stay in.
Because you're not in that stage of your life anymore.
Exactly. But... And he even said, I probably should have cut things short earlier, and I know I'm a piece of crap for that. And he really was, honestly. But let's just say that things didn't happen, but I ain't disappointed. I had already known some things, so that's okay. He already revealed some personal details, and I'm not missing out on very much. It's fine. But yeah, he was like, you're a really great person. I just don't think it'll work in the long run if I'm already iffy about how I feel with how this first week is gone. And I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get why this happens constantly. Like, why? Ugh. So I give up. I have figured out what the problem is. And I am the problem, but hear me out. Hear me out.
Well, okay.
I make terrible choices in men.
Yeah.
That's why I'm the problem. It's not because of me. It's the choices that I'm making when it comes to dating. So now, in order for me to date, the right man has to be sent my way. He's got to find me. I'm done looking. I'm good. I'm clearly not good at looking. I need to get some laser eye surgery and try again or something. But for now, it's just going to be Heather, the bartender / waitress / mostly bartender. Because next week I have only bar shifts. And when you break it down, so, the week has 7 days, obviously. Everybody knows that. And then you have an opening bartender and you have a closing bartender. And that's the only bartenders you have. So you have 7 shifts. Or 7 days times 2.
Right.
So there's 14 shifts, and I have 5 of them. So I have over a third of the bartending shifts. That's wild. Nobody, well, they can't have as much as me, but still.
Yeah.
Granted, the more that I thought about it, though, after I looked at my schedule, I think that somebody's on vacation this week. Or for like a couple weeks.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now.
Well, to go back on what you were saying, because I even asked, I don't want to put like Joshua on the spot or anything, but I'm like, is Heff undateable? Like, what is it? Like, why? And he was like, she's not undateable. Just what doesn't work for some people might work for another person. And you can't just copy paste the same person because everybody's different. So it's just the matter of trying to find the right person.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I'm
like finding
the
the puzzle that fits. The
Yes.
puzzle piece that fits.
Exactly.
It's not a matter of...
Because nothing's wrong with you.
Yeah, like it's
just not that person's cup of tea.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I asked him, why did he stay with me? What made me so special? Because there's a bajillion people in the world. What made me so special you stayed with me?
Right.
And because obviously I'm not everybody's cup of tea.
I'm clearly not either. It's all right.
Right. So, what worked for him didn't work for one of my exes. And I was curious what made him stay. Because, you know, a diabetic isn't exactly like, a lot of stresses come with having a diabetic person, and a lot of debt and a lot of worry and constant everything. And he was like, yeah, but that I didn't think of those things. All I thought of, well, I'm going to learn everything I can about it, and I'm going to learn how to help take care of it with you. I'm like, see, and that's not what another person thought. They just left. So it's just, you got to find that person that wants to stick with it. And you never know who that person's going to. And it's just hard, I guess, to find those people.
Yeah.
Because my brother's finally getting to that stage where he wants to start dating somebody. And he's like, well, if she's having trouble, then I'm a doomed. And I'm like, well, I don't know, because
he's a tall man. Women settle. He does not have much to worry about. He's fine.
Where is he supposed to find one?
I don't know.
Exactly. I'm like, I dated in a friend group.
Get out of the house. Yeah, I don't know.
I dated in a friend group. If I didn't date within the friend group, I wouldn't have found my husband. So, I mean, I don't know where to find people either. And I would be doomed, I'm sure. I would be in the same boat as you if I didn't find him. I know it, obviously. I know it, because I'm an introvert too, so I feel it. Was there any more updates of yours?
Yeah, actually, I'm barely halfway through.
Nice! Look at that!
I know. I have so much.
Look at you.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is like, because I knew that we would like branch off and talk about all of our updates and stuff too, like as we're going through. Mm-hmm. So then also this past Friday, we woke up at 5:30 in the morning, got up, got ready, and drove to Michigan to visit my grandpa. And the area of Michigan where he is, in comparison to the place in Ohio where we are, took us 3.5 hours to get there one direction. It was a lot. And my older sister and my mom and my two nieces were in my mom's car. And then because we can't fit 6 people in any of our vehicles legally for that long of a drive, I also drove. It was me and my little sister in my car, because I didn't want to drive by myself. And this way she got to be me in the shotgun for a long road trip. You know, she never gets that luxury. So, but speaking of luxuries, my older sister and my mom could switch drivers. Mm-hmm. I drove 3.5 hours up, 3.5 hours down. And the second time when we were leaving, we left there, went to a gas station, the first gas station that we came to on our route after leaving their house. And then from there, I drove straight home. No stops. Like, unless it was a stop sign or a red light, I did not stop.
I couldn't have done that.
By the time we were getting home, I was like, I am so angry right now. I am so angry because I am so tired. I just want to be home and my ankle hurts. My ankle, I'm telling you, oh my gosh, it was, I hated it. And then the next morning, Saturday morning, I get up. I was barely awake for like 5 minutes because my little sister was snoring so loudly. And then I'm like just kind of scrolling through Facebook and stuff. And then I get a call, and it's my GM. And I'm like,
what?
Hello. He's like, hey, do you want to, can you, I'm in a pickle. Like, can you please come open the bar and you can have tonight off? And I was like, I'm sorry, did you just say I get a Saturday night off? I'm on my way. I know that it's 20 minutes after the opener is supposed to be there, and you're calling me and I'm laying in bed in my jammies, and we open in 10 minutes. But sure, I'll get dressed and get there. I got there before noon and made a ton of money and then went home.
Nice.
It was great. It was so great.
I will.
And I am actually like the tannest I've ever been in my life. Like I have never been so tan, and it doesn't look like anything really, but you know, for me it's a lot. It's so much. So much.
I know. Look how tan I am. I've never been this tan during the summer in a while.
Yeah.
Like, I'm almost as dark as my husband, and he gets dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, look at me.
Oh, I was like, I was wondering if that was all of our updates.
Yeah, I think so.
Did you want to do your D&D thing still, or do you want to do
crap, I totally forgot about that.
Okay.
I feel bad because I haven't done the test, and it's been a hot minute. But I guess I'll do the D&D update here. Where was I on? Chapter 3?
I feel like yes.
Okay. Okay. So, D&D update, because totally forgot about it. So the last time that we were talking about this, which was only, I think a week ago to you guys, where were we? Zenora and I. So I was unconscious and I saved myself, and we got extra health point from Brocker. So now we find ourselves with the Myconids, wondering where to go next. They tell us that we need to be escorted wherever we go, because if we wander in, we may be seen as a threat. So we explore a little, but with the decay and foul smell around us, we decide to head to their leader. Brocker seems very confident he can heal. It says heal the wrong heal him. We walk in, and the leader is covered with big purple spots, and he's unconscious. I can sense how the Myconids are very protective of their leader and not sure of Brocker. It turns out that he is too weak to heal him due to the battle that we were just in. So we all decide it's been a lot of fighting today, so we should rest. Okay. The Myconids suggest sleeping by the entrance by our boat because of the sulfur in the air. We go rest, and now we all I can't read. We go and rest, and now all of our hit points are back to normal. So now I'm back up to my 9 normal. Feeling even more confident now, we all follow Brocker back to the leader. He walks up and can cast a spell that is supposed to cure diseases, but all it does is shrink the purple spots, and he is still unconscious. Sad. In the process, the intense bright light that comes off when he does the spell temporarily blinds the Myconids. Thankfully, they aren't angry. They thank us for our attempt. We decide to travel to a part of the caves that the Myconids cannot go into due to how bright it is. When we walk in, it's dim, and we tell the Myconid outside, but he's too frightened. He's like, no thanks, I'm good. We look around, and we see purple crystals coming out of the walls and one orange crystal on the ground, and behind it is a fissure in the wall. I stand by the entrance just observing. I'm not one to barge in weapons drawn. Because I also learned last time that if I just walk in somewhere, I could be hurt, and I'm a healer. I'm not supposed to, get hurt.
Yeah.
The others breaking the purple crystals and shoving them into their pockets. Immediately, Brocker, Echo, Nesta, and the elf go over to try to pick up the orange crystal, all to no prevail. Zenora even tries bardic inspiration, and no one can even get it to budge. Brocker hits it, and it shatters. For some reason, the elf and Echo shove the fragments into their pockets. But a ball that with about 2 feet in diameter rolls out of it and is right in front of the elf. It hatches to reveal a small fire snake. Startled, everyone tries to kill it, but I didn't want to. I would have used my animal friendship spell, but once someone heard it, the spell wouldn't have worked. Yeah. With the snake gone, Zenora looks down into the crack in the wall and sees glowing eyes coming for us. She stands back, and out comes 2 tiny green smoke creatures. It looks like a legless dragon, but smoke for a body. Everyone, battle ready, starts hitting it, and soon, oh dear. Soon, where'd it go? I lost my place.
No.
And soon the smoke creatures are down. We noticed that the sulfur smell starts fading away, and the crack seems to be some sort of vent for fresh air. Realizing this, we all run back to the leader and see him conscious and sitting up. He says he is so thankful for us doing that. We ask him what about the crystals, and he said that they have been living amongst the purple ones, but the red one he has no idea about. We tell him about what we fought and what happened afterwards, and he seems amazed. He thanks us again and hands me a ruby moral. Still don't know what that means. With our missions complete, we decided to get to our boat and head back to Dragon's Rest. I find myself, while walking to the boat, hoping that these creatures will be all right. End of chapter 4. My character, she grew up in the forest, so to her, she doesn't like attacking these animals.
Yeah.
She wants to try to befriend them and take care of them. So she was very taken aback that everyone's first reaction is to kill things.
It's like me with my boyfriends, my taste in men. Everybody's like, shoot, it's definitely bad. And I'm like, but I don't know, he's cute. We could be friends.
Right. Turns out, because I did ask the DM after, and he's like, oh yeah, it would have just tried to kill you. It was trying to eat everybody. I'm like, oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I would have killed myself by trying to be friends with a snake.
Exactly. I would have died.
About right.
Right.
It's all right. We're similar people.
Right.
We've discovered this. It's
exactly.
Fine.
And so that might get me into trouble in later times, but that's it's okay. But now we all not updated. What's that word? We all went to the next level. So we were level 1. What is that word?
Leveled up.
Leveled up. To level 2 now. And you know what's really screwy about D&D is that you cannot do level 2 spells until you're level 3. Tell me how that makes sense.
That is stupid.
Right? But apparently it's been this way since it was created. So it's something built in the game that you can't do level 2 spells unless you're level 3.
So can you not do level 3 spells unless you're level 4?
That's what I'm wondering. But I've been able to do level 1 spells in level 1, so I'm very confused.
It doesn't make sense. The math isn't mathing in my brain.
Exactly. I was
and
very
it's not
mad.
because I've been drinking festive drink. Red, white, and berry. It's still like juice.
Yeah. I don't know. But now my chick can transform into an animal. But she can only transform into stuff that can't fly or swim. And she's seen it before. So like a wolf or something like that kind of thing.
That's lame that you can't fly or swim.
I know. I have to wait until I'm level like 5, I think.
Oh.
And then level like 9 after that. So like I think it's like level 4 level 4 or 5 I can then transform into something that can swim or fly. I don't remember. And then level like 9, then I can do the next thing. And then you can do whatever. But like they have to give you limitations, I guess.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But I can also teleport now, so that's cool. Yeah. It's called Misty Step. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I can do other things. But yeah. It's just I thought that was so screwy. I'm like, I hate that. Why? Yeah. That makes no sense. That hurts my brain. What do you mean I can't do level 2 spells with level 2?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yes. It's stupid. So I guess we'll just go ahead and do the test if you want.
Yeah, it's up to you. If you want to do it, we'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, might as well.
True, the sun's even still out. Granted, it's summer, but still.
Okay, so to exit, we are going to do a personality test that our friend sent me a while ago that I kept forgetting. I apologize. I'll use your D&D name, Echo, that I just kept forgetting. And because we're forgetful people.
We are so forgetful. We are sorry.
Yes.
I didn't even know because she kept forgetting. It's
Right,
okay.
exactly. I didn't even tell my own partner. Okay, so this one's called the Fruitian Forest Test, right?
Oh, okay.
So we're not in a desert.
Okay.
Ow, I just broke my foot. Ow.
Don't break your foot. Oh, my God.
It popped. Okay, so imagine you are walking through a beautiful forest. The sun is out, a nice breeze. It's
breeze.
perfect, right? It's just beautiful outside. Who are you walking with?
Myself.
Oh, just you? Just by
me.
yourself? All right. As you continue on your walk through the forest, you come across an animal, right?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of animal is it?
It's a cat. It's
Yeah.
a forest cat.
Okay.
It's a stray cat.
Okay. You walk up to the animal, right?
Naturally, it's a cat. Of course, I'm going to walk up.
Exactly. What does the animal do? And what do you do?
He walks up to me and I pet it.
Okay. All right. Cool. You're walking deeper into the forest yet. And you come to a clearing. And there's a house in the middle of the clearing, okay?
Okay.
How big is the house?
Not big.
Not big?
No, I would
Okay.
say like a 1-bedroom cottage, not like a.
Yeah, mine was a cottage too.
Yeah.
I guess I'll tell you my answers after.
Okay.
And is it fenced in?
No.
No? Okay. You walk up to the door of the home and it's open a bit. You enter and see a table. And when I read that, I was like, oh, I don't even have a choice if I enter or not.
I was
just
about
walk
to say,
right
I would
in.
not have barged in.
Right? That's how I felt. I was like, oh, I'm walking in. Hi. Hope nobody's in here.
Right. Like, that's creepy. That's how to die in the forest.
Right. Okay. So you walk in.
Okay.
It's safe and you see a table, right?
Okay.
What's on the table? I had to think about this a little bit. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Because, like, at first I'm like, nothing.
right.
don't know.
But, like
I wouldn't have walked in.
Right, exactly. I had to get past that part. I had to think about it a little bit. Like, if you... Okay, so imagine the ambiance of the... What I had to do is walk in and think about
Coffee.
the ambiance of the room and what would be on the table, you know?
Coffee for sure.
Okay.
Yarn. Like somebody knitting or crocheting or
Oh,
something.
okay. Cool.
But coffee for sure.
All right.
Yep.
That it?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
That's really all I got.
All right, that's cool. Let me find where we were. Okay, so you finish looking around the house and you leave out the back door. There's a huge lawn, and in the center of the garden, and then the center is a garden. In the garden, you find a cup. Right? It throws you back a little bit, right? Like, why am I finding a cup?
Why am I finding these things in a forest?
Exactly. So you you look at the cup. It's right there, right? What's the cup made out of?
Clay.
Clay, okay.
Yeah, it's like a clay.
What do you do with it?
Pick it up, look at it, and put it back down. The heck am I gonna do?
See, I did that too. I
Yeah.
get it. Okay, so as you walk to the end of the garden, you find yourself at a body of water. What kind of body of water is it? Is it like a lake, river? Is it a pond? An ocean? I don't know. Why'd you find that in the middle
It's like
of the forest?
stream. Like a stream.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Like not quite a river. Like it's not like wide. Like I could probably cross it easily, but it's got enough water to be considered a body of water.
Okay. All right. So you must cross this body of water in order to
okay.
get home. How
Done.
tall is the water?
Not tall. It's a stream, dude. It's like 6 inches at max depth. I don't know. It's not very long. Not very big.
I think you broke this, by the way.
Oh, okay. So should...
No. Don't question yourself.
Okay.
Don't question yourself. I think you broke it, but also my mom broke this too. It's these last 2 prompts are easily broken in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
Because I also kind of broke it. I don't really put too much stock into last.
I guess
2.
maybe it might make sense once we get out of it and realize what the answers are supposed to mean. It might click then.
Maybe, but like you can't ask the last 2 prompts for children, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So remember everything? Cool. Awesome. Me too. Okay. So my answers were who I was walking with was my family, my little family.
Oh, okay.
The animal was a squirrel.
Okay.
Yeah. And I bent down to like touch it, like to pet it, and it booped my finger and it ran away.
Oh, okay.
And the house was a cottage, like I said. And it was it fenced in? I feel like it did, but then the gates open. Yeah.
Like one of those things where like a fence is there, but it's not like closed in.
Yeah, it's kind of like a really, cute little. I don't know.
Yeah.
Where am I at? Oh, yeah. So I walk in and see a table, and the table has like a really cute, like it's kind of like a square table. And it's got like a cute like white tablecloth on it, and it's got some like nice food like you're expecting people, and it's got flowers in the middle of it with a vase, and yeah, that's really it. So I envisioned it a lot.
Yeah.
And then the cup was like a kid's cup, like those plastic kids cup, and I pick it up, look at it, and put it back down. And then my body of water was a pond. And at first I didn't really understand the prompt, so I went around the pond. And I was like, no, wait, it says you gotta cross it. So mine is maybe like waist deep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that was my answers. So the person/people you were walking with is the most important people in your life.
Oh, wow.
You, yourself, and you.
Dang. I feel like I just
My
feel
little
alone.
family's important to me, so I saw that. If it makes you feel any better, Joshua was walking by himself, too. I'm like, oh, great, so I'm not important to you. I was mad. I'm not going to lie to you. I was like, what the heck? I wasn't mad. I was just upset. The size of the animal you come across is the representation of the size of your problems.
That is not accurate. My problems are much bigger than a cat. But I like cats.
See, I feel like this one's kind of easily broken.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe my problems in reality are actually the size of a cat, though, too, and it could just feel bigger to me.
It could be. If your action was more severe, it means you tend to be more aggressive. If it was more peaceful, then you tend to be more passive.
Oh, so obviously I was peaceful because I tried to pet the animal.
Same with me.
Yeah.
Yep. The size of the home is a representation of the size of your ambition. So we got an ambitions the size of a 1-bedroom house. I can agree with that, though. I don't have a big ambition towards things, though.
See, here's my thing. Like, I'm such a simple person. I don't need to have a ton of things. So maybe I don't have ambition because I don't need more than, like, the average life. Like, I just want a simple life. I just want to be happy with simple things. Like, oh my goodness, it doesn't need to be that big and extravagant and crazy.
Yeah, I feel that. And if there was no fence around the home, it means you tend to be more open.
Oh, I am very open.
See, and I'm more closed off, but a little bit open because my fence was open. Like my door, like the whatever the heck that's called.
The gate, yeah.
Yeah, the gate, yes. So what you saw if If what you saw on the table wasn't food, people, or flowers, it indicates some sadness. But you saw coffee, which is a drink, which is a type of food, I guess. But
yeah, but I saw black coffee.
Yeah.
Or didn't specify. That's very sad.
Yeah.
I don't drink black coffee.
Not surprised, though.
Yeah.
We were just talking about how we're sad. So.
I'm so sad.
But I saw flowers and food, so I guess there is happiness. Yeah. How durable the cup you found is a representation of how strong your relationship is with the person/people from the first part of the story.
Yours is pretty durable.
Yeah, kids plastic.
Yeah, those things, those can get beat.
Yeah.
Clay mug.
You
and I'm with myself.
I know.
Jeez.
Yeah. What you do with a cup is a representation of the attitudes you have towards them.
Okay, so I can take or leave myself. Sounds good.
Apparently I can take it or leave my family. I thought of it more as I pick them up and hold them.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I do, look at the cup for a while.
Oh my God, it's awful.
The size of the body of water is related to the size of your salaciousness.
What does salacious mean?
Less fancy term is your sexualness.
Oh, wait. Wait, so which question?
That was the size of the body of water is relation to how... Yeah. Right.
Why does finding an ocean in the middle of the forest mean you're overly, sexual?
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
See?
First of all. Second of all, I put a stream.
Exactly.
Might be single, but... Anyway. What was the last one?
And then how tall the water was as a representation of how important relations are to you. Sexual relations.
Oh, wow. I guess maybe it does make sense because I'm single and I've been single for so very long that I haven't, I haven't gotten it regularly in about 5 years. And even then, it wasn't all that regular back then. So,
yeah, I feel like it's kind of broken on those last two just because.
It doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, just because I don't see how that's a good representation of how those things are important to you.
Yeah, it does not make any sense to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I was debating on keeping those in
sure.
or not. I didn't know whether to keep those two things in there.
Maybe we're just going to be a personality testing podcast. Be like, this doesn't work. We know ourselves too well. This is not our personalities. It's not it.
Yeah.
Steak. And my bingo arms flapping.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was that. And I don't know, what do you guys think? Did it follow along with you guys, or true to yourselves, or did you break it like we did? I don't know. Also, we're thinking about doing a Encanto episode. Let us know if you'll be interested in that.
Yes.
I think that would be really nice to dive deep into that kind of stuff.
Yes. Or if you have other movies or shows or things in mind that you'd like us to kind of dissect, let us know. And maybe we can kind of touch on that here and there and do stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us.
It's been a long one, so you guys are probably ready to get off and get back to your lives. But thanks for coming and listening to how ours are going.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment.
Tell your friends and come back next week for more nonsense.
Bye.
Bye.